Hello, welcome back to my channel and thank you for watching. This is Shaun from Zarz Collectibles and Comics doing my regular Thursday night stream. I tend to chat and show bits and pieces from my collection. Tonight I will be doing a part 3 of my Teen Titans run where I'll be doing tales of the Teen Titans and just going through the books and what they are. So, as always, I have a bunch of books and I have some other pickups that I got this weekend past that I'll show off and discuss a little bit later on. We'll start off with the books. So, as I was saying, we got Tales of Teen Titans run. So, this kicks off after the new Teen Titans, and from book 41, so 1 to 40 is New Teen Titans, then changes to Tales of Teen Titans and continues on. So number 41, not so much a big key, but just the death of Brother Blood. Okay. The next few books I would say are probably the bigger books in the run, and a lot of people will know the books just from the cover and the title. But you have the Judas Contract, which was a 4-part series. So you have number 42, which is the first cameo of Jericho, who is Joe Deathstroke's son, and the second cameo appearance of Adeline Wilson. Then you have number 43, which is book 2 in the Judas Contract. Cool cover. So 43 is the first full appearance of Jericho and the second cameo. First full appearance of Jericho, who is Joe Deathstroke's son, and the first full appearance of Adeline Wilson, who is Deathstroke's ex-wife and Jericho's mum. Then you have book 3, number 44, with, again, like I said last time, Nightwing in the retro disco costume, which I thought was always pretty cool. So 44, obviously Dick Grayson becomes Nightwing, formerly Robin. In this book, Jericho actually becomes known by the name Jericho properly, and this is the origin of Deathstroke and Jericho. So this is a book that I do have the full run of. So we have book 45, some unique covers in this run, some that are really cool and then some very different. We have number 46, then we have a really cool different cover, number 47, The End of Hive, and you got Nightwing front and center with all the other Teen Titans back there playing their part. Then we have 48. Then you have the Tales of Teen Titans versus the Recombatants. Looks like another team. going up against the Titans. Then we have 49. Dr. Light is back. Very different cover. Very cool as well. Then we have the anniversary 50th issue, Tales of Teen Titan. And obviously this is the marriage of Wonder Girl and Terry Long. Then we have number 51 with a cool Beast Boy cover, transforming. Okay, we have a guest in the background. Just give him a second. So, issue 51 is the first appearance of President Marlowe, a corrupt Middle East leader who has appeared in Suicide Squad stories before appearing here, and is the first cameo appearance of Azrael. Then we have issue 52. Spotlight cover, which is, 52 is the first full appearance of Azrael, who technically in issue 51 made his cameo encased in a block of ice. All right, our guest is ready. Add him to the stage. How you going, buddy?
Not bad, how are you?
Not too bad, dude. You all set?
Yep, all set.
Yeah. How'd the weekend end up going for you?
Yeah, it went pretty good, I'd say.
Yeah?
What'd you pick up? You pick up much?
Nah, not from there. I was having a quiet weekend in picking up, so
Yeah,
kept it simple.
very nice.
Alright, so now that Mitch is on, I will introduce and show what Mitch does. So Mitch is a young creator who does a lot with 3D printing, and on the weekend was the Yarraville Comic and Toy Fair, and I went down to pick up some items from Mitch, and the items that Mitch does is 3D printed comic stands, which have interchangeable fronts, which slide in. So obviously everyone knows I'm an X-Men fan, so had to pick up an X-Men one, which I'll have some books displayed on soon. And Mitch also custom makes these things. So I got a Zarz collectibles and comics one, which when I start doing my shows, showing my pickups, I will be using this to display the books. So first time as a seller, buddy. You enjoy it?
Yeah, it was great. I will say, yeah, it's very different from the seller perspective. Like, I'm glad I kind of know what that feels like now. I mean,
Yeah,
different experience.
it takes a while to get used to being on the other side of the table.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I have the power more.
You do, but you. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say it was a good day though. I didn't. I actually, yeah. I kind of didn't know if I'd buy much, but yeah, I didn't buy like a whole lot. I kind of went there with like nothing, so I kind of had to warrant a few sales before I could like go and buy stuff for myself.
You'll find that when you start going to these shows as a seller, it gets harder and harder for you to actually buy stuff, because you get stuck at your table talking to customers, and making a sale at the end of the day is sometimes more important than you having a chance to look and pick up stuff.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, that's what most of my day was, just like, yeah, chatting to people. I don't know. That's probably one of my favourite part of the shows when I'm like a buyer, just going and chatting to people and seeing what they have to say.
yeah,
I don't know.
it's
The way I kind of see it is like, you telling me I can, go chat to people and make money off it. Like, hell yeah. Like, I do it I just want to go
yeah.
chat to people.
Well, that's the thing. The only difference is you're waiting for people to come to you when you're a seller,
Yeah,
compared to being able to walk up to who you want to walk up to and chat.
yeah,
So, but
yeah,
uh, I'm glad that the weekend went well for you and you enjoyed
yeah.
the show, and
No, it was a great show.
it didn't scare you off from being a seller.
No, definitely not. I know. I know. I wouldn't say I'm like amazing with like I'd like to think I'm all right with customers. I don't know. I try to find like common ground.
The
But
there
I like
there
chatting to
is
customers and like
there
just
there
people.
is a person for everybody. So um uh the it's finding the common ground, like you said, with customers, but
Mm,
also finding that middle ground where some customers just don't want to be talked to until they want to be talked to, and
yeah,
some love the interaction. So you gotta learn to start reading customers and people, and just knowing what the best option is with
yeah.
each person.
No, I had a lot of like I didn't have any like rude customers. I just I don't know. I just like I'm a pretty chatty
Yeah,
person, so just like
being chatty is always good. It's a benefit. You got to have an outgoing personality to be able to be in sales. If you
yeah,
can't have a chat or a joke with people, then it's not the right industry for you.
yeah. No, I think I went good with the customers. There was like like I had one kind of experience. I didn't. I was like, yeah, it was just a bit odd. Like a guy come up to me and was like a bit funny about me selling stuff, and he was like, I could just do this myself. And I'm like, okay, just a
Yeah,
bit weird, but I don't know. You know,
there's always
some
going to
people
be
just
people like that.
yeah,
Like there's always customers who want something or think something and think it's so easy, but when you tell them to go do it, then they don't. So
yeah,
like customers do it all the time to me with prices of pops. They'll come and say,
yeah,
"Oh, but you can get this for this price. You can get it. Go for your life. No one's forcing you to buy it from me."
yeah,
So, but
yeah. I don't know. I think customers do think they're always like right, have kind of got that mentality sometimes.
yeah,
But
you got to go into most things with them actually being right. Yeah,
yeah,
you you can't you can't be rude to people,
yeah,
because being rude to a person who's being rude to you could lose you a sale with a customer who's standing around watching the interaction.
yeah,
So you got to just you got to be as nice as you can and as polite as you can with people.
yeah. I just kind of if I get any criticism, I just kind of like take it on the chin.
That's right. If
Yeah,
I will tell you now, no matter what you do in life, buddy, someone is gonna say something and think you just can't pay attention to that stuff.
yeah,
It's not worth your attention and your brain with. Just let it go. Don't think twice about it, and you'll be good.
yeah.
So you
Mm.
getting yourself prepped for the next show?
Yeah. So Thornbury, you'll be So I've asked the organizer, and yeah, I'll have my stall next to you.
Okay, all good.
So
So
maybe,
you decided your
um,
game plan.
pardon.
You decided your game plan for the show.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna print as much as possible, and what I don't, sell, I can just keep. I mean,
Oh,
that's the good thing in my mind. Like in my opinion, what I don't sell, I can keep for myself because I'm into it. So
Eventually, like what you can't be disheartened by is things not selling straight away. Right.
yeah,
So sometimes you can have something. So this is going from experience. I've done fair amount of markets and shows now. I'll go to one show and I'll sell plenty of one thing. Then I go to the next show and I don't sell one of that thing again.
yeah,
And then 3, 4 shows later, end up selling more of the same thing. So don't get disheartened if something you do doesn't sell instantly.
yeah,
You just got to gauge it, people's interest in that item. If
yeah,
no one picks it up, no one looks at it or is interested, then it might be an item that you don't go crazy on. But
yeah,
if people pick it up, look at it, but just don't bite the bullet, then it means it's an item that could work. It's just when.
yeah. Well, that's what I'm going to try and test out at this show more, because I know it will be a much more like kind of diverse range of
Yeah.
collectors from
So
like more a
like
lot of
we were
Pokemon.
like we were discussing, I would make your face plates with a lot more range.
Well, that's what I've
And
already started doing, and I've kind of gauged off the weekend. A lot of people asking me for different designs like Star Wars, so I've
yeah,
added Star Wars.
so and the other thing that I would consider, I don't know if you can do it. Can you put designs on that?
Yeah, well, that's something I'm working on right now, actually.
Yeah. So I think like Neville, the Grail Hunters thing,
Yeah,
like if you could obviously put the big image there and have the name on the thing, it'll
yeah,
be cool. So when people are changing over books and stuff, it's there.
yeah. Well, that I was thinking the other day because I didn't put your logo on yours, so there's something coming. I'll get you another backboard.
Oh,
Wait till
good.
Thornbury, there'll be another one.
You don't have to stress. But
No,
if you gotta just keep expanding on your idea with little things. Like I said, work
yeah,
on that sticker to be putting on the bottom of all of them with all your details.
yeah. Well, I've kind of already integrated. So all my new versions will basically have on the stand. It will have the business like there imprinted onto it. So
Yeah, that's
I've
cool.
kind of figured
That
out
works.
how to do that. So
Long as long as your details are there,
yeah,
and
just
as
something.
much
So if
as
people
much
can,
as it's a pain in the ass, create an email for yourself.
yeah, that I've got. I don't know. I've got. To be honest, I've already done all that before I even thought I knew if I'd be selling at the markets and that. So
Is it a business email or is it a normal email?
well, it's I don't know. It's just I'm just trying to have it for my business. It's a Gmail, but
Yeah, no, Gmail's fine, but make it as the business name.
yeah, it is the business name. It's
Yeah,
yeah, elevate 3d.biz at gmail.com. So
yeah, that's good.
and I've
And
had
then
few people reach out for a custom
uh,
stand. So
that's when you want all your orders and stuff. You want everything in writing. Yeah,
yeah,
just cover yourself, cover them, so you have a paper trail.
yeah,
And also as thing, I know you do Instagram, but maybe do the same on Facebook. Cross
yeah,
market yourself, and once you get everything, like I'll once I get some photos done and stuff, I'll tag you in them,
yeah.
so
Thanks.
it'll be there, so you can attach them to your things and just
Yeah.
keep going. You've got a right idea that I think will work. It's just finding your market for it now.
Yeah, well, that's I don't know. That's kind of my biggest plan for Thornbury. Even if I don't sell much, I just want to see, what people are buying and get a kind of a scope.
Yeah, if you have those weird, not weird, like they're weird to me, but if you have those different designs, like the Something is Killing the Children, Star Wars,
Yeah,
what you call it, like you can do even weirder if you really want, like Simpsons ones, because there's a lot of Simpson collectors out there.
yeah.
And
Well, yeah, because a lot of people at the event, on Sunday have come up to me and were like, "Do you have Star Wars? Do you have Spider Man?" So I've learnt from that, and
yeah,
I'll have a lot more designs. So
even when you design them, can you cut an image of it?
yeah,
So pretty much, if you want, you don't have to go to the extreme of having obviously everyone, because there'll be hundreds and hundreds of designs you can have, but
yeah,
you might have to spend a few days just design them on the site, and then get the image, and then have a folder with
yeah.
all the different designs.
Well,
And people,
that's what I've been in the process of doing in the last couple of days. I don't know. I just want to try and catalog everything, and then
that's
ideally
right,
I'll have probably like a book, and then I can just you can just flick through and
that's right, and people can pick what they want, but
yeah,
have your 3 or 4 different designs set up so people can see the different types of things you do.
yeah.
And
That's the plan, and yeah, I'm just gonna try and take as much as possible. Yeah, because I know I know there's a lot of Pokemon fans, just action figure collectors, comic collectors. It's much more like wide range. So
that's right. Thornbury, you're gonna find a lot of wide varieties of fandoms there. So you
yeah,
want to try and cater for everything.
yeah.
So
How many times have you done Thornbury?
this is going to be my first time doing Thornbury. I've
Yeah,
done
okay,
shows like Thornbury, but this is the first time doing
yeah,
Thornbury. But as I was telling you, dude, if you can make something to suit, like custom card,
yeah. Is that the Ben Brady one?
yeah.
That's a
So
nice card.
obviously, if you can make a stand to suit these, and
Yeah,
obviously if you do a Pokemon one, I'm sure it'll go crazy. Even if it's so not just a single card stand. Obviously, the comic book one's a little bit big, but if you make something scaled down a little bit more, and you can have
yeah,
2 or 3 cards across it.
yeah. Well, I've already kind of got the designs for those. I'll try and see if I can get them. Hang on screen. Just give me 2 seconds. Um, sorry, 2 seconds.
Oh, good.
Um,
I did end up getting one thing out of the show, but it's
oh
not
yeah,
something I bought. It's just something I picked up.
oh yeah. I saw that actually. Yeah,
So
that's a
I
nice. Yes, that was from Supernova, wasn't it?
yeah, I sent this off at Supernova this year, signed by Art Germ.
Yeah.
It's the only Art Germ book I had, and decided to get it sent off.
No,
And it
nice
came
cover.
back as a 9.8. So
That's nice.
this is going to be hitting the website soon. So
Yeah, you gonna sell?
yeah,
How come?
I, I'm not as much as his artwork's cool. I'm not exactly a big fan of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I was gonna get Art Germ was one of those ones. I was gonna go get his autograph. The line was too long, and I'm like, I kind of just figured I'll go see Tom Taylor again. I'll go for a second lap with him. So
you doing these shows, dude, you learn that there's lines for some people, and they just big lines. So
yeah,
you gotta learn to wait.
yeah. Can you give me 2 seconds?
No problem. All right. So going back to some books for Mitch is doing what he's doing. We're at number 53 in the Tales of Teen Titan run. Let's do this. Then we have Cool Deathstroke cover 54, 55, which is another Deathstroke cover. So you get the front and back view. Then we have 56, which is the first cameo appearance of Jinx. Then we have 57, which is the first the first full appearance and cover appearance of Jinx, who is a magic wielding enemy of the Teen Titans. Then we have 58, which is just a typical Teen Titans cover. Always so much going on. So,
Is that Marv Wolfman Titans?
yes.
So like kind of right around the Judas contract, kind of.
Yeah, this is the run that the Judas contract sort of kicked off. So
Yeah,
there was
I'm glad that's getting put back into print. All that Titans from that time.
Yeah, I've been collecting the Titans for a while, so
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite books.
yeah.
So,
I was gonna get that signed, but I was just we were talking about Art Jam before. Yeah, that was. I think it's the same one you had.
is
But I was
that
gonna get that signed.
the 1 in 50 variant?
Yeah, I think so. And then yeah, I had another kind of Art Jam. It was probably I think it might have been one of his first covers he did for DC right around like Rebirth. Like it was Rebirth. Yeah, Batman issue 1. I think it was like one of his first DCs, maybe.
Yeah, he kicked off there. I had a bad taste and a bad interaction with him started off. So
Oh, really?
he rubbed. So my mate Mickey wanted to get he had these prints that he got from Pop Culture. They were official sideshow prints, I think, and he did it, and it was a Wonder Woman print,
Mm-hmm.
and he just didn't want to sign it. Then decided he wanted to sign it, and then not, and was sitting at his table, but said come back in 3 hours' time for him to sign.
Yeah.
And it was just I've gotten to the stage after meeting that many different people where if anyone becomes difficult, I just don't bother anymore.
Yeah, like I don't know. I kind of see with like actors or like writers, it's like we kind of keep you relevant. Show us some respect.
Yeah, I get that thing, and I get that they get bombarded with people all day asking questions and doing things, so I can see how they get there. But yeah, there's just that middle ground. If you're not willing to put up with that stuff or want the hassle, don't do the shows. Don't
Yeah,
show up
well,
the shows to be that sort of person.
yeah, it's crap he wouldn't sign the prints though. Like, yeah, that's pretty crap.
Especially when it could be a person has gone way out of their way to come to a show just to meet you, and
Yeah,
then you treat them like crap. Then yeah,
yeah,
it's just it's not a good look.
yeah.
So,
So is that kind of why you're selling it a bit?
no, I never had any real intention of keeping it. So
Yeah, okay.
that was one of the books I bought to sell, and just getting him to sign it and get it graded gave it a. This book was going to be like a trial run thing for me to see if it's really worth me buying books and sending them off to get graded and
Yeah,
sell to see if
yeah,
it's a benefit or not, or
yeah.
selling them raw.
If you don't mind me asking, how much was the grading process?
So I did it through Neville, so Grail Hunters, and I
Yeah.
think it came total to about $70 or $80,
So
something
it's
like
actually
that.
not that dear, like really.
Don't hold me to it. It could have been more. Like it's
Yeah,
been 6 months, but
yeah,
it's not a cheap process for us.
yeah.
So
I mean, if you're
sometimes
getting like heaps mailed off, my only problem with like grading is like, yeah, what if it doesn't come back a 9.8? Like,
yeah, but that's the risk you're taking. Yeah, you got
I
to
know it's nice.
decide. You got to decide what you're grading a book for. If you're
Yeah,
grading it for yourself, it doesn't matter if it comes back a 9.8. If you're grading it for resale, it matters.
yeah. Have you got Roy Thomas's autograph?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah.
That's one I wanted to get, but it was in Brisbane, and I'm like, yeah, I can't. I'm not going to Brisbane.
I got it in Charlotte last year.
Oh yeah,
So I got Roy Thomas, got Chris Claremont. I've got freaking who else? Mike Zick. I got Stranko,
yeah,
Shooter, Neil Adams.
yeah. I think you said your story about Neil Adams. Neil Adams, what was he like in real life?
Ah, awesome bloke. Like
Yeah,
even just his stature. Like when you see him sitting there, you think he's just like a normal bloke, and then he stands up, really tall, big,
yeah,
solid guy, and then you talk to him, and you could see like he's telling me the story about the Batman book and just his passion in telling the story and
yeah,
saying like being able to say he's the first person who did it without directly doing it, and he
yeah,
was just so happy. And like I met him when I first started collecting, so I didn't get the scope of like meeting these sort of people at first.
yeah. Is
And
that
like so
sorry? I was just going to say, do you regret that a bit that you didn't know more?
yeah, I definitely do. When I
Yeah,
met
like
him,
if you'd still
so
be alive now, like, and you met him, you probably would have like,
yeah, it would have been a different story. It was the same with like so Rob Liefeld. I met
yeah,
him at the same show, and he was another person who was sort of like rubbed me the wrong way from the start, and I didn't take full advantage of the experience I had because he rubbed me the wrong way. But now I understand why he did.
what
Whereas,
happened? Do you
so
mind?
just like the way his process was for getting signatures, he was one of the first people that I encountered where if you get this sign it costs more, if you get this it costs one price, you get this book signed it costs more, then you get the book signed if you want the sticker verifying his signature it costs another price on top.
Yeah,
Won't sign this, will sign this. And it was just because all I had did to that stage was actors, and the actors up until that stage, and maybe another 2 or 3 years after that stage, no matter what you bring an actor, the price they charged was the price they charged, and they'd chart and they'd sign
yeah,
it, a pop, a prop, anything, no issues. Then it was after some of these creators started doing that stuff that you had the actors start doing, oh, it's $10 extra if you want this pop signed. If you want this thing signed, it costs this much.
yeah. That's
I
what.
find so
Sorry, I was just gonna say that's what's kind of rubbed me the wrong way about Comic Con now.
yeah.
And
So
now they're charging like up to 110. I'm like, I don't know, and plus if you get the Funko Pops on Oz Comic Con wanted an extra like 20. Like I wanted to get this pop signed by the
right.
actor, but like it would
Yeah,
have cost
Gene
me like
Color. Yeah.
yeah in total like 150, and I don't know, like that's a lot of money for one autograph.
Yeah, but see, so the whole point of this has come on because of So it's a blessing and a curse from shows that allow like. Sorry, give me 1 second. How you going, Grey Man? Yeah, the star of Yarraville's here. Mitch,
Yeah.
the new up and coming superstar.
I'm
So
trying to be modest, but
most Comic Cons and shows allow sellers to go to the front of the line and get stuff signed,
oh really?
which is which is good. Like Oz Comic Con and Nova do it for us for sellers, which
That's
is
cool.
good.
But I mean,
But
when you pay that much for table, like you kind of
yeah, but then some sellers take advantage of it. Like they take advantage of it if the actor's there, say like Tyler Hutchinson was there, Superman. People
yeah,
would take 50 pops and get them signed to flip them.
it just ruins it for everyone, to be honest.
That's right. There's got to be like a limit to what's acceptable and what's not.
Yeah,
And he is not so bad, but you go to the American shows, like I was lining up for Jenny Frizen, and
yeah,
there was literally a guy pulling a cart behind him, and he had 4 short boxes of books for Jenny Frizen to sign.
really,
Yeah, and he was paying for them because she does 1 or 2 for free and then charges afterwards.
yeah,
But he still sat there and got all the 4 short boxes signed. So
yeah.
she just did like 200 books for him, and then you can imagine what sort of mood and how she's feeling after doing that for
And
the
then
next
yeah, she had energy for and then almost yeah, and then she might rub someone the wrong way. Do you get what I mean?
try. There's got to be the happy middle ground,
Yeah, you
and
know,
some people know it, some people don't.
yeah,
It's hard to gauge it and work it out at shows.
yeah,
So, but you got your first taste, you get your second taste in a few months,
yeah,
and then you'll start making decisions on how to make yourself, how to sell yourself better, and
yeah,
how to do everything. So
yeah. Um, yeah. I do like to switch it up from just being, yeah. I do like to go back to being a buyer. I do like to have a blast selling, but yeah, I do like being a buyer.
yeah, you don't have to sell at every show.
Yeah,
Just sell at some,
yeah,
and think we can even work out if you maybe so much depending what you have. If you want to sell face plates when I'm doing shows,
yeah,
I can just keep the face plates on thing and sell them,
yeah, that'd be good.
and just
Um,
keep getting your name out there.
yeah, thanks. Can I ask, how did you go at, what was the Pop Toys one they put on? Monster
Monster
Size.
size.
Yeah,
I did well.
yeah, okay.
So like we can talk properly off the
Yeah,
off this thing, but I did well enough for a 1 5 6 hour show. I did really well. But you
yeah,
you also have to remember that I have most times over 1,000 items at my show, at my
yeah,
store. So I cater for a lot more people
yeah,
than what your thing is.
yeah. Do you sell Hot Toys?
I do have some, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because
So
I want to get more Hot Toys. I really like Hot Toys, but the only problem is they're just too really dear. Like something like this, it's just like you can't warrant getting one every. You know,
yeah, yeah,
it has to
yeah.
be.
Look, I know, but yeah, we'll have a good proper chat offline, dude, and I
Yeah,
can hook you up with Hot Toys if you
yeah,
want,
yeah. I think
and sideshow and all that stuff.
yeah. Sorry, I was just going back to Monster Size. I reckon that was the event of the year, honestly. As a buy, as a buyer.
I honestly I did not get an opportunity to really leave my table,
Yeah.
So I could not, I seen maybe 3 tables. I had 5 minutes. I looked at one comic seller
Mm-hmm.
and two other people, and that was it.
Yep.
So I would say Monster Size and Collect Fest, top two so far. Billy's show is just reliable. It's always good
Yeah.
to find books, good to find the sort of stuff the show caters for.
Yeah.
But Oz Comic Con, Supernova were not great this year and really
I
need to step up their game.
I had enough of a good time at Supernova. I think like at least the actors were like, they had a few good actors. Like Oz Comic Con just can't get actors now, I don't think.
They don't want to.
Yeah.
The thing with Nova's got the name, so they don't. I personally think that they don't overly put in the big effort in trying to keep growing because now they're already at a level they're probably happy with and have sustained it for a while and
Mm.
they're happy coasting. And Oz Comic Con is just owned by a bigger company who doesn't care to grow the show.
Yeah. Like it's just probably a bunch of shareholders who just want to prices up. They need to put the fans in charge. Like they should put us in charge.
Yeah, but so after running my own show, you can't put a fan in charge of a fandom show because unless you can be unbiased and look at it. So, like, if I was running a show and I was unbiased, I wouldn't care to have Pokemon. I wouldn't care to have anime. I wouldn't care to have any of that stuff because I just don't like it.
Yeah.
But I can't just cater for myself. I have to cater for the people I want to walk through the door.
Yeah. But
And it becomes hard to cater for everybody. So, like, if you look lately, Oz Comic Con and Nova have gone anime heavy because anime is the big thing at the moment.
mm,
So, they're trying to focus on getting anime through the door. And to the people who like anime to their benefit, they show up for the anime things. So when people get the anime actors who voice act and stuff, people are showing up to line up for that and spend money, whereas people don't show up for comic creators.
yeah.
So they have to look at it. Do I spend money on a comic creator who might pull in 1,000 people, or do I spend money on a voice actor who's going to pull in 10,000 people?
Yeah. I definitely get it. I get like but my only problem is like it's Oz Comic Con.
Yes,
Like I've got no
I
problem with anime or Pokemon, but I just want it to go back to like comics. Like
yeah. I'm the first one who will complain about having Comic Con in your title and have no comic creators. How you going, Dave?
I
Do you know Dave?
yeah, you, got some stands off me on the weekend.
Yeah, he did. He was telling me.
I love his
So
videos.
so yeah, he's probably the gold standard in Australian videos. The
Yeah.
editing and the effort he puts in.
Oh
So
man, that's I love that Superman video you did a while ago.
yeah,
The
he
CGC thing.
that thing was like a whole year in the making.
Yeah.
I
Oh
were I was with him like 1 or 2 days after he bought that book, and he was telling me. So
yeah. If I owned it, I just like I I'd be too stubborn to let go of it. I just like I couldn't like I wouldn't be
yeah,
able to do it.
you say that now. Wait until you're 3, 4, 5,000 books deep, and you got nowhere to put them all. Then
Yeah.
you start thinking about what can go, what can stay.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm already kind of facing storage issues. Like to be honest.
Well, I can tell you, you were talking about the pops when you last week on Simon's show when you had them stacked up behind you. So my
So that,
cabinet,
sorry, I was just going to say that was in a separate room, right? So I probably
yeah,
had like 400 in there, and now I've off to the side you just can't see, but I've got like probably 150 here, and then just in storage, like downstairs in boxes, there's probably 200 more. There's too many, man.
my cabinets behind me. Before I had anything else in there, all I had was pops. I hit
Yeah,
1,000 pops, just Marvel and DC, when I
yeah,
started deciding to sell.
yeah. I just
So
can't let go. Like I can't let go. I've had
I know that
hunting them
they're
way too long.
sentimental to you. Give me one sec. We
Well,
got
a lot of them
another
are, but
gentleman.
like way too long.
Hello.
How you going?
Oh,
How we
How
going?
are you,
Oh,
Dave?
hang on. That's the wrong side. Let me just change the camera. Just 1 second.
Yeah, you gotta, dude. You gotta pick your what you collect because it can get a bit extreme.
yeah.
So, and when you start doing hot toys, if hot toys is what you really want to go to, they
Oh, I've
take
got
up
a
a lot
couple.
of room.
Like I don't know. I'm still gonna. I still love comics. Comics are still my favorite. Like
Yeah.
I just can't get into comics. They're just too good.
Oh, well, here's the thing. I love the fact that you're so into comics. It's very unusual, and I appreciate, and I agree with Simon. You know, you don't get many people of your age into comics, which is great. And I love the fact that you're so passionate about it.
Especially the comics he's into.
Yeah. Well, we talked over the weekend when he was at the show, and he had like, decent array of comics, and it's just great seeing that interest. My kids, they all have an interest in it, but they're not like embedded in the hobby.
How you going, well, boy? Well,
Yeah.
great, man. There's a question for you, Mitch. Sell yourself
Yeah.
on your comic.
Well, I don't know. I don't mind the new stuff. Like I'm still collecting. Like, I say that, but I'm still collecting a lot of the new DC. I've tried collecting the new Marvel. I just can't like get into it. So I don't know. I try to read a lot of more old stuff. My only problem is I want to read the older, Marvel, but it's just not in print. Like that's my problem, finding stuff in print.
Well, there's a few places you can check out, which are.
Yeah.
So my advice would be look at definitely the 1960s, definitely 1970s, definitely the 1980s, because that's your
Yeah,
foundation. And
like I'm reading
find
Fantastic
online
Four. Yeah,
sources. Yeah, there you go. Find online sources.
Yeah.
Get the facsimiles because that'll get you the starting points. And
yeah,
go from there. Because
Even
to be
read
honest, the modern
Big
stuff is just they can't exist without the old stuff.
yeah. The modern stuff, it's too same. Like, do you get what I mean?
Yep.
Like, you go read a new DC and they're all on the Watchtower, and then I'll pick up one and I'll be like, wait, I thought last issue they were doing one thing, and then I might just to find out 20 minutes later that was in a different series. It's just, I don't know. You just
Go
get
back
burnt
to
out more quick.
honestly, I
When you
think
read.
you're better off going back right to the beginning and working out whether because to be honest, they're all going to like refresh anyway. The modern stuff, I think the modern stuff in Marvel and DC is sort of at the end of its at the end of its road. DC's at least lingering on a little bit, right? DC is making the effort. Marvel's just like slogging on. It's like you're better off going with Marvel in particular at the very beginning and just choosing an end point,
Yeah,
right? Which is how most of us that have been in it for years have ended up going. We've gone, oh, my run ended up at Claremont and Byrne. That's fine. Or issue 300 of X-Men.
yeah,
And we treasure that moment. I think this new stuff's just, DC is at least trying to reinvent itself all the time because they can, because of the way they've structured their universe. I
Yeah.
think, to be honest, if you're going to collect moderns right now, do anything other than DC and Marvel, because Image have got it. All the new stuff is actually probably the more vibrant, more relevant stuff outside of DC and Marvel right now. For DC and Marvel, just go back to the beginning and then start from there.
Yeah. I don't know. Like sometimes the storytelling, like the writing's not too bad. It's just the art. Like I feel I just find the issue. All the art's just way too same. Like there'll never be like another. There's no like. Everyone just kind of has the same kind of style now.
Yeah.
When they're doing interiors, like there's no kind of like John Byrne really. More kind of.
That is very true. That is.
Yeah.
You go, Shaun.
I was going to say the art these days is more about the wow factor and the cover than it is about having a good, solid interior in a book. And you can tell, like, when one of the two actually get it right and have a good writer and a good artist, the book never lasts.
Yeah.
Even though it's good, they'll do their 30, maybe 40 issue run, and then it gets changed. And then they try. Yeah.
There is a very important point to make here, and actually this is a great one for you, Mitch. So back when I was a kid collecting comics years and years ago, right? Like it's not an actual unique problem to now. Back in the day, we used to get beautiful covers, right, from John Byrne or from Jack Kirby, and then you turn it in and you got like Vince Coletta or some other, not so great artist doing the artwork inside, and you'd go, this is a great cover, and then you'd end up with this crappy story, or not crappy story, but crappy. You'd end up with good stories for the most part, but absolutely crappy art.
Yeah.
And it's not new. It's just, there's never consistency. And the biggest problem is all of these comic book companies get to the point where they have to pump stuff out, and so they somewhat scrimp on quality.
Yeah.
And it's not new. It's actually not unique to modern comics. That's the thing. It's just a rehash. They've just worked out what sells more, and what sells more is we can have crappy art on the inside, but we don't care because we can have a variant cover.
Yeah.
But I was reading recently that DC has cut way down on their variant covers compared to what they were doing.
Yeah.
No.
So
I don't know. If I was to pick one over the two right now, I'd be buying DC.
Yeah.
And I'm a Marvel guy, so that says a lot.
I am too, and I would agree. I think DC at the moment has got the better product.
Yeah.
And has that chance of you picking up a title and getting a little bit surprised by something, where Marvel doesn't have that at the moment.
Well, Marvel's just a machine right now. Marvel's completely a machine.
Well, actually, I've read one good Marvel thing. I've tried to pick up the new X-Men. I just there's no real vibe to it. Like, there's nothing to it. Ultimate Spider-Man is the only good Marvel thing. I know, people think it's overhyped a bit, but it is just a good story. But that's ending after 24 issues, I think.
So here's the thing: if you've got Amazing Spider-Man issue 1 first print, sell it now.
Yeah,
no, I'm being serious. Sell it now. No, it's going it's going the way of the dinosaur. Sell it now. And I heard this from Rob Fatstacks too. It's like it's done. It's if they kill that title, probably one of the best titles Marvel's brought out in years. This is them completely shooting themselves in the foot. You need to sell it because it's not going anywhere. You're going to be able to get it in 2 years' time because no one's going to remember it.
Yeah, I always get worried about what comics will be in 20 years when, like, you know, like will it all just be digital? Like, you know, will there be no comic shops? Like,
so let me give you an example, right? So if you're investing, you've got to go for like keys, like proper, real, like first appearance keys, and hold on to that. Those are the only ones that are going to hold their value. The rest, all this modern stuff, unless it's things like Mark Spears, I can see Mark Spears being 20, 30 years. That's going to be like, oh, wow, that he revolutionized it. You've got to look for like revolutionary moments. Mark Spears has actually revolutionized the industry. Good on him.
Yeah.
Todd McFarlane revolutionized the industry with Image Comics, right? Like you can I'll hold them both up. Like Todd McFarlane, Rob Liefeld. Who would you pick to invest your money in? Right? They both revolutionized the industry, but there's only one with staying power. That's Todd McFarlane. Jack Kirby. You know, as much as we love Stan Lee, Jack Kirby is the one that's actually probably going to live on. Siegel and Schuster. It'll be like Superman. All those. Look at those pivotal moments. Pick those out. Find them. Walking Dead's probably another one. Kirkman's going to do well.
Yeah,
it's gonna, you know, that Walking Dead's not going to go down in value because 20, 30 years when everyone sort of gets the nostalgia, you've got to look at the nostalgia cycles, right? Yeah. Mark Spears in 20 years is probably going to be worth an absolute fortune.
Yeah, and even Invincible is
starting. Yeah, Invincible too. That's the one. Kirkman, exactly.
Yeah, starting up on that.
Do you reckon, like old McFarlane covers will go back up in value because people will be like, you know, in 20 years we didn't know how good we had it when, you know, now it's just probably AI slot like for art.
A friend of mine, West Coast Dave Engers, has a slogan, and I actually do agree with him. See Todd, buy Todd. Right? Todd McFarlane is going. So you've got to look at like these legends in the industry, right? You've got Stan Lee, you've got Steve Ditko, you've got Jack Kirby, Todd McFarlane, Rob Liefeld could.
No, I don't.
Maybe. He did change the industry.
He did, but I think his attitude sort of rubs.
But that's not going to be relevant. It's not going to be relevant in 20 years' time because people are not going to remember that he couldn't draw feet.
I know.
Not just that, but just like I was talking with him. My first experience with him was just like an experience that rubbed me the wrong way, and I think he has more of that with fans than he does the good experience.
Rob believes his own hype, and that's fine because
Sorry, do you mind if I say something?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know everything about Rob Liefeld. I've watched a lot of like kind of mini documentaries on him. I think he probably he really peaked in his career very early, like into his career. Like he was very young when he, you know, became successful. I feel like he's still kind of living in the past.
He came in at a stage. He made a big bang in a stage where things were starting to change. And like Dave said, he believes his own hype. And I do believe he did a lot for comics. But just the way he goes about himself, I don't know. Yeah. Like I will say, it's been 8 years, 9 years. It was the first time. It was first time meeting a lot of comic creators because I wasn't really into comic creators back then. Mm-hmm. So meeting him now might be completely different experience.
Still can't draw feet.
Hawk and Dove. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
He'll never be able to draw feet. You know what I like about here's one thing I will say about Rob Liefeld, right? I was reading New Mutants when he took it over, and I loved his his high concept is great. He is very good at ideas. He's terrible at drawing, but he's good at ideas.
Yeah.
No question. Like he, and he also is a massive history comic fan too. Like people overlook that. I've been watching his videos recently, and he's a comic book historian, right? He absolutely fundamentally loves this hobby and this art form, and I love that about that he does that.
There's
Say
a
what
good
you will
meme.
about his art, but he's great. He's good in terms of like digging in.
I was just gonna say, there's a really good. You might have seen it, mini documentary on him by some guy named Matt At or something. That was a very good documentary. Well, I think he originally he probably had a lot riding on him when he went into comics because he was trying to pay for his. I think his dad had like brain cancer or something, and he wanted to pay for his surgeries.
Simon, I don't think he's riding their coattails. I would say he played his part with those legends. I just think those legends have a bigger name for themselves.
Like you can't, I don't know. He's a good artist, but he can't compete with like McFarlane. Like,
no, I tend to agree. Like you've got to like give him credit where credit's due, right? He was a teenager at the time. He didn't ride on Todd's coattails. He emulated a lot of Todd's work, but he had his own style and he had his own sense of what he wanted, his creative vision, right? And there's a reason why the problem with Rob was his ego got in the way early on, but that was youth more than anything else. It was not, I'm seeing him now, and there's a little bit more like, he gets it, and he's, there's a certain element where you see him sort of like look at his peers, and he feels maybe he doesn't feel as recognized as others, right? Like he just,
That's right.
Seriously, I remember reading New Mutants and going, seriously, there's some bloody good ideas here, right? Like he is an ideas guy, and a good ideas guy. He might not execute well, but he's certainly got ideas and passion, which as much as we, give him shit about his drawing, right? Take away the feet and the patches. Yeah. There's a lot of like good ideas there.
And I don't mind his art. Like he's not one of those artists where you're gonna go and say, I'm gonna collect everything they do and love their covers and love their things, but you're not overly disappointed in his work. Like he's got a good, consistent style that's his own, which he's sort of, like you said, he emulated Todd McFarlane. He put his own twist on it. But then if you look at every artist emulates somebody. And
look at Wilson Kavich. He parroted Neil Adams for years, and then realized that's not going to work, and then he just switched it. And like that's the thing, is that maybe Rob's better at like idea generation, like a Stan Lee type of character.
That's right. I think he needs to be the person writing and coming up with the ideas for the artist, like a Todd McFarlane or a Jim Lee, to be executing his vision. And the advantage they would have with someone like him is he could put down the down pattern of what he wants, and then you let Jim Lee loose on it, and you're gonna get a great piece or whichever.
Jim Lee's slow though. Like, I don't know. I like Jim Lee, but I think he's dropped off, and like I don't think he's
Jim
as much
Lee
anymore.
Jim Lee has a lot on his plate at the moment.
Yeah, I was going to say he's too busy running DC.
Yeah, that's right. So drawing a book, I don't think is high priority for him. I'm just
Yeah.
saying Jim Lee because 99% of people will know who Jim Lee is.
How
But
much
you
is the
can get
commission?
what
How much is the commission from Jim Lee right now? It's like $5,000
for a full thing.
for a
He
full
was
thing.
doing I can't remember which show I seen, but I think it was like 900 for a bust on like
Yeah.
A6 or whatever they call it, those little things.
Was Mike?
I
Did
think
Mike? Sorry, I
yeah,
was just going to ask. Did Mike Zek do commissions when he come to Oz?
no, not that I know of.
It would be cool to
I've,
get something from Craven's Last Hunt.
I've never seen. Oh, I had one commission and I sold it from Mike Zeck, and I asked him to do a Captain America, and I actually sold it because I wasn't happy with it.
Really?
Yeah, it was a Captain America, and I sold it. I had it on a sketch cover, and I ended up selling it. I mean, I made money on it, but it was equally. And I think that was probably around the time when he stopped doing commissions because he's not in the US anymore. That's why he doesn't do any cons.
He's in
He's
Asia.
over. He's in Asia. Yeah, I don't know where.
Yeah.
Philippines, I think it is.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
look, he's a bloody good artist.
Like,
I don't think it was pencils only, Simon. I think it was just black outline.
I'll see if I can find it because I've got the original. It's Cap. I asked him to do a Cap in the pose from Secret Wars, the front.
Yeah.
And
So I got Mike Grohl to do a Captain America for me. And
when was that? Was that at Heroes?
no, so I got him to do it when he came to Australia in like 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
So I went up to him and I had, I think, 6 or 7 different covers. And I said to him, I go, I know everyone asks you to do Green Arrow and to do that. I go, these are the covers I have. Pick one. And he ended up doing the Captain America. So it was
You know what I'd
different.
do now?
Yeah.
I would get him to recreate one of his original covers from Charlton Comics, which is one of his first jobs.
Yeah, to have in the book as well to get him to do that.
Yeah.
At Heroes last year, I got him to do a Green Arrow. So he did his so you know how he did the longbow hunter type Green Arrow?
Yeah.
The one with the goatee and stuff. I got him to do one of them for me, which was pretty cool. So
Speaking of Heroes, are you going to do it next year?
planning to, yeah.
I've booked it already.
Yeah. I'm just waiting because I'm trying to get tickets for the World Cup.
Oh, nice.
It's in the States. So if I end up getting tickets, then I'll do, because the World Cup and Heroes start on the same day. So I'll start off in Heroes and then keep going to the World Cup. If I can't get tickets, then I'll decide how I'm planning the trip out.
So, Mitch, what books are you interested in? Because if you haven't got any, we can all find you the right ones to get you going.
you know what I do want to read a lot? I want to read like the original Silver Surfer run. That is a book I want to read.
So
he doesn't have cheap value.
No, you don't. So maybe not the originals, but I've got the reprints.
Yeah, just like a reprint. I meant like.
So the 80s, in the 80s they did a reprint of almost the entire run up to issue 14.
Yeah.
And I managed to find them in a Canadian bookstore at next to nothing.
Really?
Yeah, they are like all John Buscema pencils. Yeah, it's just stunning stuff.
I'm still trying to finish that run. I think I've got like 4 or 5 out of the I think it's like 25 books in that run.
Actually, let me see if I've got it here.
You know what is a single issue, like a set I do want to complete it with the issues? Like, it's not dear, but like, I just can't, like, find the issues. I want to get all of Craven's Last Hunt. That's probably my
Like,
like my favorite comic ever. I just
when
can't
you
like find anything wrong with it.
That's actually expensive now.
send me the issues, dude. I'm going away soon, and I'm gonna be doing some hunting, and I'll see if I can find your missing pieces.
All right, I found it. Here we go. I'm going to show you. All right, we'll go backwards, shall we? All right, here we go.
What number's that?
This is issue 14 of Marvel Fantasy Masterpieces.
It's the reprint run.
It's a reprint.
Nice cover.
Yep, that's Spider-Man and Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Then you've got issue 13. That's what I mean. This is the, if you're going to collect that run, start with this.
Yeah.
Issue 12.
Like,
And it's also got Jim Starlin's Warlock in there as well at the end. Yes.
Yeah.
Issue 11, if I can get that in focus. Hello, let's do that. There you go. Shalabala on the cover.
You don't get covers like that, just like more action covers anymore. If you're getting a cover, it's more or less just like a character.
Issue 10.
Yeah. Great covers.
Yeah, well, they're actually the same covers as the originals, so. And you can get these relatively cheap, and actually you don't need to then you're not spending heaps of money
On the original.
And I found these, they were like $2 a pop.
Yeah.
And they're essentially the same thing. Hang on 1 second. Where are we next? The next one is this one. Issue 9.
Heir of Frankenstein.
Issue 6.
I was going to say, so the last one was 7, not 9.
Oh, was it 7? Sorry.
I'm going, you went 8, 9.
Oh, maybe I'm yeah, it's late.
Yeah, you're coming up to the big boy cover soon.
Yeah, here we go. So these are I've got duplicates of some of these. This one, issue 4. Look at that. It's exactly the same, other than the fact.
The only difference is it says fantasy masterpieces.
Just buy that. Just buy that. It's like probably like $5-10, and then you've got exactly the same book. And you know, I've got a couple of those.
Of course you do,
mate. Well, because these are my extras. Oh, here we go. Here's one for you.
Yeah.
First Mephisto reprint.
That book will be jumping like crazy now.
Oh, and I've got another one of those. There you go. These are all my overcopies. They're not like they're not the actual ones that I've got in the collection. These are overcopies. So, issue 2, and then to finish us off,
issue 1.
Yeah.
Issue 1. So I'd get the Fantasy Masterpieces one as a placeholder, and then you'll be good.
Yeah, I'll have to hunt that down. I've got a question for you.
For who?
For Dave. I've seen, you've obviously gone to a lot of comic shops around the world. I watched the other night, you went to the one that inspired the one from Big Bang Theory. So you've clearly gotten around. What do you reckon the best comic shop you've ever been to?
Quite honestly, it's that one in Canada. That one in Canada was just in Victoria, on Vancouver Island, was for some reason Vancouver Island is the end point for all US comics in Canada. And they had Gareth is a great guy. He runs the store there. He's amazing. And he let me go down to his basement, and I kid you not, there were boxes and boxes of books, and it's it's one of those things. If it depends on what you're looking at. So in the old days, I used to be looking for like key issues, right? Like big keys and trying to make money.
Mm.
But when you start digging into the hobby and you start like understanding all the different books and the value of the books, not from a monetary value, but from a creative value,
Mm.
you start finding finding stuff that has value to a select bunch of individuals as opposed to everyone. Like everyone wants a Hulk 181, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, not everyone's going to find a Hulk 181. I think that the trick is working out that, so you can take a small view of the world in terms of I want to find a Hulk 181, and you'll very rarely find it. But if you like take a broader, if you look at the whole picture of comic books, and Shaun, you're good at this, right? Because you'll go away and you'll look at these, you'll use Key Collector and you'll just find books that no one else is looking for, but they have value. That's when it gets interesting. And that was what's so great about that comic book store, because you could go downstairs. I saw a Terminator issue 1 from Dark Horse. I think it's Dark Horse anyway. And I skipped over it. And then when I watched the video back, I was like, oh my God, I missed that. And that's the stuff that you like need to sort of dig into the history of it and find the things that are valuable, A, that you can on-sell, but B, the stuff that actually interests. So my collection's gone bonkers because I watch more and more YouTube and more of our various comic book YouTube channels, and all I keep doing is, oh well, that really interests me because I'm fascinated in that artist or that writer or that comic book or that history. And that's the thing. It's, it all depends on what you want to get out of it, right? If you want to, like, the way I look at it, I want to tell the history of comics and collect those moments. But for you, it might be something completely different. And, for Shaun, it might be, I know what I'm doing, so therefore I can flick it on, right? But it just hone in on what it is that means something to you, hunt those things out, and what'll happen is you'll end up like doing other stuff and finding other niches that will be of interest to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I don't know, like, I'm just a kid. I can't afford, all the CGCs I want. But one day I just want to go back and get the kind of the, I don't know, the big issues, like kind of the the important issues in history, like in comic history.
I'll give you a thing. You may not be able to afford to go out and buy these big books dead set straight out, but you've got a great knowledge and you retain a lot of information. So if you put the effort in, and like what I've started doing and what Dave's done for a long time, and you start looking at a book as a stepping stone.
Yes.
So you might get this book now, and you use that book in a trade, or you sell it off and you make 5, 10, 15 bucks on top of it. Then it gets you to your next book, which costs a little bit more, and you use each book as a stepping stone to your end goal.
Yeah.
And then you get to the stage where you can subsidize your collecting by buying and selling at the same time.
Yeah. Well, the Superman video is a great example, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's yes, it's a bit extreme from a monetary value, right? But it's the same principle, right? Buy low, sell high, right? So do the due diligence in terms of understanding the market, because that ultimately comics is a market to some degree, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot easier. Moderns aside, right? Moderns is tricky, right? Because the value is up and down like a yo-yo.
Yeah.
With older books, you can at least like quantify a value. It may or may not go up and down, but you can sort of work through that. But Shaun makes a very good point, which is like, see something that you really always start at the point of something that you like, right? Because if you don't like it and you think you're going to make money on it, you'll invariably lose. If you like it, worst case scenario, you're stuck with it and you like it.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. You said before, about just buying stuff and then selling, getting to your end goal. I do that, like, sometimes to, but, buy more expensive books. But the only problem is, like,
Later, Simon.
see us on.
Mitch,
Okay,
I can
sorry.
give you a stepping stone right now that you won't like, but I tell you, if comics is your real thing and you want to be into it, sell your pops.
Yeah.
All right, you think about it, you sell your pops. This is just a suggestion, and it's the way I started too. I sold off my pops and I started investing into my books, and I was investing into my own collection books. But
Yeah.
so pops are a fad thing.
Mm.
All right, there is, like every fad, there's going to be, just say there's a million different pops at the moment. 10% of those pops are going to continuously and forever hold their value. The rest are eventually going to drop off.
Yeah.
But that's
So,
like comics.
Could you
That's
just give
like
me 2
comics.
seconds? I'll be back.
yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, exactly. Comics was the exact same thing. 10% of the wider picture is holding its value. You just got to be lucky enough to have that 10% and be smart enough when the other 90% is at its peak, move it on. To an extent.
Here's the thing, it's like any market, right? It's always difficult to call where the ups and downs are.
That's right.
That's
but
why I come back to this point, right? Collect what you love. And if you love it, you're not going to lose.
But if you're using it for a stepping stone, you gotta try and pick that market when it's time to sell and move things on.
I'm trying to think of a good example of a book that's,
well, like you said, with the Spider-Man book, the last one, the one that came out.
Ultimate Spider-Man. Yeah, that's a good example,
Yeah.
right? You sell that now while it's high.
That's right.
And then take that money and put it into something that means something to you that you think is better. Yeah, exactly.
That's
a
right.
good point. That's a really good point.
The chances are, so I look at it as anything from, say, the 90s onwards, even if it's a key, if I can sell it now for a higher price and use that money to invest in something from the 60s, 70s, which is going to hold its value for a lot longer, is better off for me, then I can reinvest into that book from the 90s and 2000s at a later stage.
I'm going to blow your balloon there. That's from the 90s.
Yeah, but there's, like I was saying before, there might be 10% of books out of the 1,000 or 10,000 books that came out in the 90s that are really steadfast holding their value. The rest seesaw.
That's never gonna move now, because that is like,
yeah. But that's the anomaly.
That's the anomaly. Exactly. That's the 5. What was the 5% we talked about? Like that's the that is like, and let's put it this way. So Rob can actually draw feet.
Yeah, just as long as they got shoes on them.
That's off the sale, by the way, because I've got another 9.8, and you know.
You know what's the funny thing? That book has never interested me, and I've had options to buy it, and I don't know why.
I have so much love for this book because I was collecting this at the time, so I completely get it. And this is peak Rob Liefeld. Peak.
So
That is
But
nice.
yes, they're $20, Greyman. And we were having a conversation at the Yarraville Comic and Toy Fair. Everyone agrees, Mitch, you're underselling those stands, my friend.
Well,
yeah,
I might up it, but I just
$30, mate. You should at the very least $30 because they are very good.
yeah, but I want everyone to have them. Do you get what I mean? I want
I still think they'll pay $30, mate. I've got 3 of them, and I'm going to get one that's empty at the moment, and I'm
I
doing
will.
my video right now for Yarraville, and I'll be doing a call out.
You have to revamp your pricing.
Yeah, he does. They're too cheap for this. Look at this. Look at it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
amazing.
probably my favorite one I did.
That's amazing. Right, I got 3 of them over the weekend, and they're fantastic. I
Now, Mitch,
because I know 3D printing, and I was looking at how you'd done them, and I thought, well done, because that's brilliant.
hey, Voxy, just 1 second. Mitch, like I was saying, now imagine if you had the Silver Surfer on the back kit.
Hang on. We can do that. Just hold on.
How much? Like,
Don't make me big anymore. I'm going to find it.
if you had the Silver Surfer on this part,
Yeah.
you can sell them for a lot more.
Yeah, well, I know I can do that, but like, I'm trying to keep I might start doing that and then up the price a bit. But yeah,
What you have to do, all right? So the way you're gonna have to market it is you're gonna market it as three separate products. So, yeah, that's cool.
There you go. Is that what you were talking about, Shaun?
No, but what I mean
Make
is
it big. Make it big.
If he actually puts the Silver Surfer character on this, on the back,
alongside it. Yeah.
so then, like if you're showing off books and
Nice.
you're using that stand, every time you take off the book, you got the Silver Surfer here.
yeah, like I can do that. Like, well,
But as I was about to say to you, Mitch, you're gonna have to market your products as 3 separate products. So your base becomes, something like that. See, you do things like that, especially the YouTubers. YouTubers will love to have personalized to their channel.
yeah.
But you're going to market your 3 pieces. So you market your base, which is the product that people can only need 1 of or can have 50. Then you market your backing board, which you can do different characters on, and people can chop and change them, and you market your faceplate.
Yeah.
Let's look at that. Like, I have to say,
that's right.
I was looking at this book, thinking about this book when I bought this. Look at it. It's amazing. It's a great job.
That's why I got the X-Men one to put my giant size on.
Yep, there you go. I've got a Wolverine over there with issue 10 on there as well. I've got a Hulk. Hang on, I'll show you this as well.
That's why I got this one as well, Dave.
But you and I are both in the same boat. Look at this. Look. Oh, there we go. Shit,
don't break your book. Yeah. So I start using this in my streams.
But I am gonna try and do your backing board. I've already started on it. That will have your channel logo on the backing board, and I'll give it to you.
Yeah, but just those little things make it a little bit unique, and then you might not have the person buying the base every time, but at every show they might buy a different faceplate, or they might buy a different back.
Yeah.
Part.
Can you give me 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Yes, he does commissions, Greyman. He'll do whatever you need him to do.
Yeah, he does. So he did my commission for me
He can
already.
3D print anything.
So, and Gray, I understand you keep it 20 people will buy, but then how people aren't going to repeatedly buy the base. They might buy the face and the backing. And
Yeah, you do the labels at $10. You do the base at 30, and go from there. Honestly, it's like so. Greyman, the only reason why we're saying that $20 is low in Australia, I think that's low. That's equivalent to. So if you think about it, right, $20 US is 30 Australian.
Yeah, and 20 Australian is £10 UK, and you have to understand that. Great, this thing, just for him to print this, can take up to 3-4 hours of printing. The whole stand takes 8 hours printing time. So but we'll see. At Thornbury, like I said, I've got some New York Comic Con exclusive. I've got some FDC exclusives that you can chuck on them.
I'll let you know what I'm taking before.
Yeah.
But I'm doing a lot of the faces, so I can, interchange them out.
Have the Batman will be cool. Do you go on my website when you have a chance? Have a look at the books I got listed, and it gives you an idea of the different Grey. It's about $12 or so, give or take, all up, when you work out material, power, and man cost.
Well, it's probably not the best thing in the world. It might.
No, don't go into too much detail, dude.
No, I'm just gonna say no. It's nothing that bad. Yeah. But I've been running this whole kind of little business. So my printer's been running 24/7. I've been basically running it out of my school. At lunchtime, I kind of go to the homework where you go to do your homework, and I'm they kind of think I'm doing all my research, but I'm just been setting up, multiple prints. So, and that's what I did for Yarraville. I just have, I had all my prints ready to go, and
you like I said, you'll find your market, and you gotta work on having face plates and backings as your continuous sellers.
Yeah.
And then you just gotta expand, give yourself somewhere new to expand into every time.
Yeah.
So
I've got a question. Have you read this? I don't know. You probably haven't, but I'm just curious. It's a really good series, but not many people really care about or know about.
Which one?
Give me 2 seconds. It's a Batman one. Legends of the Dark Knight. Did you ever read that?
No, I'm not a Batman person, dude.
At all?
Batman and Spider-Man, my two least favorite characters.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man. Why? Just
I've in all honesty, I've never ever really been so how to say it, even growing up, cartoons and things, I never gravitated to the main character or the main character that everyone gravitates to. I've always liked the smaller characters. So Transformers, Optimus Prime is cool, but I was always a Bumblebee person.
Yeah.
From the Justice League. I do like Green Arrow, Shazam. I do those B grade characters, and it's just the way I've always been. So yeah, Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, are never characters that I've really jumped on.
Wait, what run was it? Sorry, wait, I have that full run. What's it called? Grey Man. Was it the Legends of the Dark Knight one? Are you talking about? Or
Yeah.
yeah,
So
because that's a
Grey,
long run. I've got 0. I think I've got issue 1 to like 85, and there's like 200.
so Grey Man is a very big, like vintage, like talking 80s, 80s, 70s, like Marvel, DC books, and does a lot of those unique characters and runs. So, and while Boar is saying he used to have a subscription to the Legends of the Dark Knight run. So,
Well, the cool thing about Legends was like that basically they just like, like get a team in to do 5 issues and then, get a different, like, their first one was done by Denny O'Neil and
see, dude,
and then,
to a lot of the YouTube people, especially the community, the big community, you're an anomaly because you're a younger gentleman who's into the same sort of books we are, and we're all a lot older than you are.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I kind of, I don't get worried, but like, I don't know. It is kind of concerning. Like, there's no other really young people, I don't know, around. I've found that are into comics. So like, I don't know who's going to be running all the, who's going to be doing all the stuff in what 20 years.
So,
I think you'll be surprised. I think what'll end up happening is there's a couple of US same sort of thing, right? Where they've got into the Marvel movies, they've understood the mythos, and to their credit, Marvel are at least educating. Like I saw today, they did a feature on Spider-Gwen, right? Then they went back and went on 2014. This issue came out, right? So they're increasingly doing more and more of that, and it's not like Stamps, which has not got really that much sort of crossover. You think in 20 years' time, everyone's going to go, "Oh, I really remember Avengers Endgame," and they're going to start like digging. Like it's not going anywhere. And Marvel's got a big advantage over DC because DC, in about 5-6 years' time, every one of their major Trinity characters, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman, go into public domain, right?
Yeah.
Marvel have got another 20 or 30 years before that happens, right? So they're going to hold on to that like there's no tomorrow. So in 20, 30 years, those characters are going to be, I reckon the Silver Age keys in particular are going to be exploding in value because they're going to like bleed every single dollar out they can of those different IPs. So Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, they're not going to let them go. They're going to milk it for everything they can get.
Yeah.
And those characters are going to be huge. I think the DC characters run the risk of being less relevant, even though they're more culturally significant.
Yeah. I know.
I think when they become public domain, there's just going to be more people that want to mess with those 3 characters just because of who they are than people that are thinking to do the same thing with Marvel characters.
Yeah.
Especially Batman. Everyone will want to be saying their take on their Batman. So,
the problem is they can only use Batman. So this is why they keep reinventing Superman, right? So James Gunn, the Superman logo, the reason why the new Superman logo is different from where it was years ago is, yes, they as public domain works, right? they can only use the character in its form at that point in time.
That's right.
So
From
they can only
100
use Superman. That Superman can't fly in 1938, right? He jumps, right? So they have to stage. They can use that version, right? They can't use the trademark, but they can call it a Superman, right? It's the same thing with Mickey Mouse. They can't use Mickey Mouse today, but they can use Steamboat Willie, right?
Yeah.
So it's one of those where it's like you've got a 70-year gap, and they can use the elements in that point.
I don't
unless
want to
they're
interrupt,
satirizing.
but
Yeah,
sorry,
go.
I don't want to interrupt, but I'm gonna have to fly. Sorry.
All good.
Good to see you, Mitch. Well done,
No,
and
talk to you.
congratulations. How much did you make, by the way? Unless you don't have to tell us if you're not comfortable, but how much did you do well on Sunday?
Yeah, I didn't do too bad.
Good on you.
Yeah, I didn't do too bad. I'll talk to you another time, and yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a proper
Congratulations,
chat
mate.
about
Well
it.
done. Well done.
No, thank you,
Take
heaps.
care, dude.
See ya.
So, yeah. You doing any of the shows? You gonna be selling, or you sticking to just being a guest?
Oh, hang on. What's happening to my camera? My camera's all buggered. Turn that off. Am I doing any shows? I have asked Billy if he's going to do the next one, and I will be doing that when he schedules it. But apparently,
Yeah.
he's not going to do. He's not going to do it at the same spot.
Okay. I heard rumors that he's doing one more before Christmas. He's hoping to do something in November.
He's trying to, but I think he's got challenges. Is the best
Okay.
way to describe it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
with the venue.
Because I've got 3 shows in 2 weeks to end out the year, and then take a little break until the next year.
You wouldn't believe what's in my storage locker. I'm like waiting. I've got so much to sell. I just haven't got around to doing it.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I just have so many items now. I gotta keep trying to move things on to get newer things in. So
yeah, I'm fortunate to not be in that position, but I'm like it's building up.
yeah, it's
building up. Well, it's less expensive. It's just more like, I want to clear some space more than
that's my thing too. Like me holding the products, it doesn't really worry me, but I just gotta try and keep up with trends. So get stuff in and out. Like certain things you can hold on to for a while, and some things you just gotta move with the market.
Oh, I was looking at some of I've got some long holds on certain books, and I've got a number of them, and the prices have gone like, and I sort of so I'm trying to question the economics of the whole thing, right? Like, as we've all started buying stuff, the pool of buyers has decreased, right? Because everyone's getting the things they want, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's part of the challenge.
Yeah, that's why I'm experimenting in different markets at the moment to see if I can find a little niche that too many people aren't doing that works. So, but just the amount of things that are going up and down at the moment is crazy.
Yeah, I don't think the market's right at the moment. It's one of those where it's you're probably better off holding everything in the minute and just, at the end of the day, that comes back to my advice. Buy what you love. That way you're never going to be disappointed.
Yeah, when you're doing it as a business, sometimes you can't just buy what you you love. You got to buy what's in the popular at the moment. So, but I think I found after doing monster size, people are still willing to buy and want to spend money. They just got to find that thing that they really want.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm one of those people where I'm lucky that I have numerous lines of items for a customer to look at. So I might not get that major sale, but I might get 3 or 4 smaller sale items out of the customer across the different things I sell.
Yeah.
Where other people who only sell one style of thing have to find that right customer to sell that right thing to.
Yeah.
But
All right, mate. I might leave you to it because I think it's late in the day.
it's 11 p.m. I think I'll call it for the night. I'll finish showing off my Teen Titans books next Thursday.
It was great seeing you on Sunday.
It was. It's been 2 whiles in between catch ups, dude.
It has, mate. It has, mate. It was good. I'm glad you're coming to Heroes next year. It'll be good. We'll
Yeah.
join forces like we did last year.
Well,
No,
I've been hearing stories about this year's one, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm not doing the
The
event.
show, the dinner. I
I'm
know.
not doing that next year. There's someone else.
I got filled in on the whole situation a few weeks back from Bubs. Yeah, he
Well,
let me know.
Bubs was yeah. Me and him had like the. I love hanging out with him. He's like, it's like
Like,
we're like firm buddies. It's just one of those. Like I just love hanging out with him. He's the best. He's the best.
I can't fault the whole Heroes experience. Everyone was awesome. Meeting them, just thing. And after doing what, like I said, after doing C2E2,
Yeah.
like I get the appeal of a big show like that,
Yeah.
but it was just crazy.
Yeah.
So sticking to Heroes is just more fun. Like,
Check out Grey Man's Sluts.
don't get arrested by ICE in the US.
No,
What?
we're fine. I think we're fine. We're only temporary. We're not even. We're on. You know. I don't think that's going to happen.
I always make sure I shave before I go to the US now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
One time about 8 years ago, like I hadn't shaved for like 4 weeks, so I had a full beard, and I got pulled into the interrogation room and
Really?
everything. Yeah. So it was only for like 15 minutes, asked me a few questions and stuff, but yeah, got pulled in, so now I make sure I shave before I get on a plane.
Jeez, dude.
You have to remember I've got a Middle Eastern
Ah,
last
yes.
name,
Yeah.
even though I'm not from anywhere there, but it's considered a Middle Eastern last name. Had the full beard, so
All right, dude. I'm gonna go.
I will thank you to everyone who jumped on. Thanks to Mitch and Dave. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Mitch, people smuggling comics. Don't talk too much about it.
No one's smuggling comics. I don't smuggle comics in. I'm very open.
I am too. I've gotten to the stage now where I just say I'm bringing in a ton of books, and most times they don't even look twice at me. So, but as I was saying, thank you everyone who jumped in on the chat. Thank you to everyone who catches this on replay. Click the like and subscribe, and have a great night.
Cheers, Shaun.
Later, dude.